You're catching up with a buddy who just rolled into town. It's a calm Friday night, flowing smoothly like the delicious brew suds you're sipping on. Your buddy starts telling you about his newly adopted cat. He found it abandoned near the underpass you two used to throw rocks off of. It was great catching up with your old friend, but the night was old and you were spent. It was time to hit the hay. As you crawl underneath your bed sheets, you log onto YouTube to watch your nightly video. What the f***? An advertisement about cat litter. You've never had a cat before. Goosebumps creep across your skin as you come to the realization that this is no coincidence at all. Your phone was listening to your conversation the whole time, picking apart information and storing it as data to later manipulate your purchasing habits. There's no way this is legal. I can't remember when it started, but sometime in the last 2 years, I realized my phone was listening to me. After conversations, I would receive heavily targeted ads similar to topics mentioned throughout the chat. At first, I thought these had to be just by coincidence. After all, my phone was powered off in my pocket. How could it still hear what I was saying? Well, by design, iPhones and Androids are constantly listening to pick up on wake words, such as Hey Siri or Hey Google. Although, as it turns out, they aren't just listening to wake words. Juliana Kennedy, a veteran in the cybersecurity field and freelance writer, wrote an article on the topic. Juliana concluded that our phones use voice data in several forms: voice-assisted apps such as TikTok and Siri, and personalized advertisements. Similar to how Google keeps track of our browsing history, voice data history is used in the same way. Search history and voice history are both used to create data files containing information on you, your likes, and your dislikes. With the discovery that my phone is listening to me all the time, I'm left wondering, how does my phone have these permissions? As it turns out, those 100-page terms of service agreements pretty much give companies free rein to track all of your data. Edward Snowden, an NSA whistleblower who knows security and the surveillance companies best, had this to say, which resonated with me greatly.
You agreed to this, and you didn't agree to nothing like this. I'm sorry, right? They go, we put that terms of service page up, and you clicked that. You clicked a button that said, I agree, because you were trying to open an account so you could talk to your friends. You were trying to get driving directions. You were trying to get an email account. You weren't trying to agree to some 600-page legal form.
Companies are giving away more and more of our privacy and doing it all behind our backs. It's a form of manipulation and an invasion of privacy. The rampant deregulation by big business is to blame for it. In the eyes of corporate giants, profits are the only thing that matters. They don't care if our right to privacy is infringed upon. If it boosts sales, it's a part of their agenda. This toxic greed has destroyed our privacy and is only going to get worse if we don't make our voices heard. Some of you might argue that you don't really care that our conversations are being listened to. You've got nothing to hide after all, so what's the big deal? Let me leave you with this. Arguing that you don't care about the right to privacy because you have nothing to hide is no different than saying you don't care about free speech because you have nothing to say. I'll leave you with that. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.